Good morning, dear children. In the previous video, part 1 of In the Kingdom of Fools, I have explained you first two paragraphs. Now, let's start with the third one. When they had cooked and eaten, the Guru realized that this was a kingdom of fools and it would not be a good idea for them to stay there. So, when the Guru had started just taking rest after eating and after seeing what was going on in that kingdom of fool, he realized quickly that that was not a proper place to stay. So he said, we shouldn't be here in this kingdom of fool. We should leave it as soon as possible. This is no place for us. Let's go. He said to his disciple. But the disciple didn't want to leave the place. Everything was cheap here. All he wanted was good, cheap food. The Guru said, they are all fools. This won't last very long, and you can't tell what they will do to you next. But the disciple was not so far-sighted. In his short-sightedness, he said he was getting everything in such less expensive price, and he could live there in that kingdom of fools where everything is so cheap. So he did not want to leave that place. But the Guru warned him. He told him that that is the kingdom of fool, and nobody knows whatever their practices were going on, for how many days it could continue, and you would also be in trouble. So listen to me and leave this. This was the warning the Guru gave him, but the disciple would not listen to the Guru's wisdom. He wanted to stay. The Guru finally gave up and said, do what you want. I am going, and left. The disciple stayed on, ate his fill every day, bananas and ghee and rice and wheat, and grew fat like a street side bull. So, but the disciple did not follow. The disciple wanted food, so he did not follow what the Guru was telling him. He kept on living there. 1 rupee, lots of bananas he was eating, ghee, rice, and very soon he had become very fat like a dangerous bull. One bright day, a thief broke into meaning entered without permission, or entered after breaking the wall, a rich merchant's house. So one day what happened, a thief entered in a rich merchant's house by breaking the wall. He had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in, and as he was carrying out his loot, the wall of the house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. What happened? The thief made hole on wall, and as a result of that, because the wall was so weak that it collapsed and it fell on him, and he was killed on the spot. He died. The thief died. His brother ran to the king and complained, Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing meaning following his ancient trade, what was the thief's ancient trade? Theft. A wall fell on him and killed him. So what happened? The thief's brother went in the court of the king, and he said, Your Majesty, Your Highness, when my brother was on his work, he was following his business, a wall fell on him and it killed him. This merchant is to blame. He should have built a good strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for this injustice. Because the man knew it that the king was a fool, that was the kingdom of fool, Everybody was full there. So he said, King, it was the fault of the person who made the wall so weak. Now the blame goes to the merchant and he should give compensate to the family of the thief. The king said, justice will be done. Don't worry. And at once summoned meaning called the owner of the house. The king was fool enough and he was befooled so easily by the brother of the thief. He said, okay, justice will be done. Just the merchant was called. When the merchant arrived, the king questioned him. What's your name? Such and such, your highness. Were you at home when the dead man burgled your house? Yes, my lord. He broke in and the wall was weak. It fell on him. The accused pleads guilty. Your wall killed him. Killed this man's brother. You have murdered a man. We have to punish you. Then king asked him the initial questions. What's your name? What was you at your home when the wall fell down? He said, yes, I was there. The wall was weak and it fell down and it killed. Obviously, it was not the merchant's fault. It was the thief who was entering in his house without permission for the purpose of stealing. But the king was fool enough. He was ready to give punishment to the merchant. And he said, now the killed man's brother wants justice. You have murdered a man. He said, now the case is on you that you have murdered the man. Lord, said the helpless merchant, I didn't put up the wall. It's really the fault of the man who built the wall. He didn't build it right. You should punish him. Who's that? Then he also very flatly he said, sir, it was not my mistake because I did not make the wall. Whosoever had made the wall, it is the fault of that one. So then the king was easily convinced by his arguments. He said, okay, tell me who is that? So likewise, dear children, the man was also called and the process was going on. Each and everyone whosoever was coming was blaming some other one. And now then what was the end of the story? For that, go through the lesson very carefully. Thank you.